Detective Sam Carter was not one to believe in ghosts. A seasoned investigator with a knack for solving the most baffling of cases, Sam had always relied on logic and reason, never superstition. But when he was summoned to the old Hawthorne mansion, he knew this case would be different. Whispered tales of ghostly apparitions and eerie sounds. To Sam, however, these were just the murmurings of an overactive imagination until he stepped inside, covered and steeped in a musty smell. But as he walked through the grand foyer, Sam's seasoned instincts told him something more was afoot. The first clue to this case wasn't a dusty footprint or a strange noise. It was the sight of a small, delicate porcelain figurine that had been inexplicably placed in the center of the room. It wasn't there when Sam entered. He frowned, looking around. The air felt heavy, almost charged, but he dismissed it as a trick of the imagination. Sam's mind was sharp, and his skills were diverse. He was a master detective, but also a black belt in karate, a discipline he found helpful in both physical confrontations and as a mental exercise. His years of training had taught him to stay calm and focused, qualities that would prove invaluable in the Hawthorne mansion. The first night in the mansion was uneventful. He set up his equipment and conducted a thorough sweep, finding no evidence of tampering or hidden traps. As he prepared to sleep in the mansion's musty old library, he couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. Around midnight, a loud crash shattered the silence. Sam's eyes snapped open. He moved silently through the darkened house, his senses sharp. His training allowed him to move with cat-like grace, and he followed the sound to the old ballroom. There, he found the cause of the disturbance. A chandelier had fallen, its crystals scattered across the floor. As he examined the scene, he noticed something peculiar, a shadow that seemed to move independently of any light source. It was faint but unmistakable. Sam's heart pounded. He was about to investigate further when he heard a soft, sorrowful whisper, like a breeze through the trees. "Help us." Sam's analytical mind struggled to process the sound. He couldn't see anyone, but he could sense a presence. He'd heard of paranormal activity before, but it was always accompanied by some physical evidence. He decided to use his karate skills not only as a defensive measure, but also as a form of mental discipline to focus his mind. Days turned into weeks, and the incidents continued. Mysterious noises, objects moving on their own, and an ever-present chill in the air. Sam's investigation revealed nothing concrete. No hidden passageways, no tampering with the house's infrastructure. Yet the haunting sensations persisted. One evening, as he practiced his karate forms in the ballroom to calm his nerves, he noticed a pattern in the disturbances. The movements and sounds seemed to follow the rhythm of his martial arts routines. It dawned on him that the apparitions were somehow connected to his movements. His theory. Sam performed a series of precise karate moves, each one followed by a period of eerie silence. As he executed a particularly intricate sequence, the air seemed to vibrate. The shadows on the wall swirled and coalesced into the forms of translucent figures, a man and woman, their expressions filled with anguish. "Who are you?" Sam asked, his voice steady despite the unnerving sight. The figures seemed to be communicating through their movements. As Sam performed a specific kata, they mimicked his actions, revealing glimpses of their past lives through their graceful but tragic movements. Through this eerie dance, Sam learned that the spirits were the former owners of the mansion, wronged by betrayal and murder. Realizing their unrest was due to their tragic, unresolved fate, Sam resolved to help them find peace. He spent days researching the mansion's history and uncovered the truth about the betrayal that led to their deaths. He then conducted a ritual to lay their spirits to rest, combining traditional rites with the disciplined focus of his karate routines. On the final night, as Sam completed his last kata, the spirits appeared one last time, their forms glowing with a soft, peaceful light. They silently thanked him, and then slowly faded away, leaving the mansion in an unprecedented calm. The Hawthorne mansion was quiet for the first time in decades. Sam left the mansion knowing he had solved not just a mystery but had helped souls find the peace they deserved. The case had tested both his detective skills and his karate training, but it also showed him that sometimes the line between the logical and the supernatural could be thinner than one might think. And as he drove away from the now silent mansion, Sam felt a profound sense of satisfaction, knowing that he had faced the unknown and emerged victorious.